to the republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the War Room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we're back once again. It is Saturday evening, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And I'm here with Mr. Dean.
Hello.
And I'm here with Mr. Tarver.
Hello.
And Mark is getting his last camp out in for the year.
I miss Mark.
I hope he's not like...
He's camping in all this heat.
He's camping in all this heat.
He must be getting up where it's cool, so he's not having to.
He's in the South Hills, and I can guarantee you it ain't...
For Pete's sake.
It ain't that cool. It ain't that
there,
cool up there.
I'd wait till November or something.
Snow camping.
Man.
Till the daytime high isn't above 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told you I like it cold. A lot of times in the winter, I'll just leave the window open.
Yeah.
True.
Just wrap up on some blankets. I like the cold, man. I don't like the heat.
Coming from a Louisiana boy.
Yeah, I hate the heat.
That's why you moved up here.
It is, and it's still too hot.
Damn global warming. So how you been, Mr. Dean?
It's been good.
Have you done anything? It's been good.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
all right. Move along.
I don't know, just carrying here and there a little.
And nothing else?
I got nothing. Yeah, dude. It's just busier than hell.
It's just trying to get
work and school starting up and
busy where I work too, just trying to get through it.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. 2 weeks vacation?
I am, well, not really.
Yeah,
Not
more
really.
than me.
Not really. Next time, I am taking this phone and...
Dropping it off the Prime Bridge?
Yeah, well, I left it in my truck for a week, so that was good. But next time, the whole time. No, I'm shopping, man. I'm in the market. It's looking like we're going to get some gun legislation passed. There's too much going on. I got to do some shopping.
I tell you, I've been seriously considering getting a black rifle.
Really?
Serious, and I'm not a black rifle guy. Just for the sake of...
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at... I think I want an AR-10. I don't want an AR-15. That's for girls. I want an AR-10.
The only problem is I got one of those. Aren't they maxed out at 20 rounds? Or I'm sure you can find a...
I don't know. I don't need more than 20 rounds.
I think their standard is 20. Yeah, but...
I don't need more.
I need a lot.
You need a drum, right?
I need a belt.
I picked up the rifle for the raffle.
You did?
Yeah, I haven't opened it or anything. I'm not going to, but
what is it? What is it?
It's a Bushmaster AR-15. It's got a red dot on it, and
wow,
pretty slick little gun, really.
Bushmaster's supposed to be good, right?
They go bang.
I when I went online to research this, I had no idea how many people are making black guns.
Oh yeah,
and not just the guns. I'm like, holy cow! You put the upper and the lower and all.
So I was gonna say, are you gonna buy a complete one, or you're the guy that likes to build them?
I don't know enough to build one.
About 5 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah,
and you order all the parts in 5 minutes on YouTube, and you can put it together. Am I right?
You can, but it depends. I mean, it goes from everything. You can get a Smith. M&P for like $600. You can get a Daniel Defense for $2,000. You can get a Christensen Arms probably about $3,000. So they go crazy. And
I just could not believe how many people were making
kind
parts.
of do the same thing, you know.
Yeah, you pull the trigger, it goes bang, and
one time,
a really fast piece of metal comes out the end.
That's it. One time, pow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
but yeah, I want the piece of metal coming out the end to be kind of a little bit thicker than a 22.
I understand. I got one of those, and I got it in the pistol model with the brace.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I need to get some adjustments to that.
I got a welder.
Huh? No, I need something else.
Come on, I'm a good welder.
Well, I don't know what the current law is because they keep changing it so much. Who was that talking about explaining that last time?
Mark was, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know all that because, I got the one that's been sitting there, For like 2 years.
Well, see, for a little while, that brace you could put up to your shoulder. First of all, you couldn't put it to your shoulder, or it was a short barrel rifle, but you could shoot it. But if they saw you put it to your shoulder, it was illegal. Then they said, nah, you can put it to your shoulder. Now I don't know. So
depending on how close to your shoulder you put your firearm, you're a felon or not.
Welcome to the Trump era. Yes.
Oh,
so
for Pete's sake.
I'm like, sorry, I'm a little angry and fed up. But yeah. And I'm like, so I don't know what it is now. What I was going to say is back when that was legal, I did it. And that little ridge, man, it's hard rubber. It will dig into you with a 308 popping off.
Yeah, I bet.
It's going, it goes to town, especially if you, throw a few rounds around. So I got to do something with that if it's legal. If it's not, I will not. I will follow the law.
Of course, you always follow the law.
Yes, safety first.
So what are you looking at? What are you in the market for?
We got a story that talks about
what's
that
coming down
on.
the line there? What do you got on order?
I am looking at a Walther PPQ 45.
Has anyone who might be watching this on the live Facebook, if you guys have shot a Walther PPQ 45, give us a review, a thumbs up, something, right? You're looking to see how they are, right?
Yeah, you kind of just got to buy it and go shoot it.
Well, trying to get some interaction here.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm thinking I got to get that ordered and probably another Canic. And
Another same executive.
Yeah.
That's a great gun.
I like it so much I want to get it before it's not allowed.
Before we piss off Turkey anymore?
Yeah, get some embargo with them. Turkey's crazy, man. I was looking for Turkey to, they got the S-400s from Russia. They bought them for their air defense, and the United States is promising we're going to crack down on them if they did it. They did it. And I'm like, okay, well, they're buddies with Russia. And then Turkey and Russia, fighter jets had a little spitting contest over their border one day. And I'm like, Turkey's just a madman. I'm like, I'm going to get these guns while I can.
They build good guns.
They have the best gun right now.
Right now. Great gun. Did you see, I sent you a picture of one of the really, really well-known trainers. I picked one up because he started seeing him come through his class, and he absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
Rob Pincus, he's the one that's supposed to. By the way, I haven't got any PD-10 updates lately.
I think it's over.
Oh, my goodness. The Sasquatch is dead.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's never lived yet.
There have been no sightings.
You can't die. You can't die.
Oh, my goodness.
If you've never lived, you can't die.
He died of malnourishment. He was left unfed and underwatered.
Oh,
This is saying that Walther PPQ 45 was awarded the Guns and Ammo Handgun of the Year.
In what year?
The internet's too slow to load. Or my cell plan is too slow to load it.
No, it's been rough out here getting cell service
Everybody's
lately.
talking this good, but I'm like, I think I got to get it. It's the biggest thing I hear is people whenever they get in the best trigger in the world, literally, they bring the Canic and the PPQ up, and I'm like, you're not beating the Canic.
You're not beating the Canic.
But the Canic don't make a 45. So I'll buy PPQ, and they're not bad price.
It looks pretty much like all the other Walthers.
Yeah, it's a big old blocky looking thing. I don't like it. Kind of looks like a yeet cannon.
It does. It looks like a yeet cannon.
It really does, because that slide is so big on top. I'm like, wow, man, that's kind of big. But I'm going to buy it.
Cool.
Come out, shoot some paper.
You're looking to buy. Dean's looking to buy something.
Oh, I ain't gonna have it though.
I'm looking to unload. I'm looking to unload my little Shield 45.
I'm selling
Are
too.
you going to sell it to that guy in your class?
Nah, he didn't want it. I gave him a good price on it. I think he wanted it for like dirt cheap. And I'm going to sell it for pretty cheap, but he ain't getting it for dirt cheap,
I'm giving good prices, man. I'm not, my baby don't need milk.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not in that type of situation.
Well, I got a really good deal, a really, really good deal on that when I bought it new. So it's had like maybe 100 rounds through it, and
it's a man's gun. So
I can sell it for cheap and still make money on it. Shut up. I just don't shoot it. I mean, I don't have any problem shooting it, but I always just shoot my 9s. So
what is that PPQ? That's 12 rounds of 45 in that.
I don't know. I won't load. It's too slow.
That's terrible.
Oh, Morgan's looking at the FN. Look at that. I thought I had
24-round mags. Good grief, FN.
I thought
is that a 9mm?
And Morgan will have to correct me, but last time I talked to Morgan, he was looking at getting one of your Canics.
Trust me, get the Canic.
Get the Canic, Morgan. Get the Canic first. You're gonna want it. You're gonna want it first.
What in the world?
I don't know what that is. Something's happening.
Somebody's thumbs up in us. But yeah, at least shoot the Canic, and then decide. I'm telling you can't beat it.
I have an announcement.
Uh-oh.
Contrary to what the Twin Falls County Sheriff's Department wants you to believe.
Okay.
I went to the fair.
What?
I went to the fair.
It looked crazy out there. I passed by it. I'm like,
I carried my firearm to the fair.
How many people got shot?
Did it leap out of your pocket and start assaulting people?
That's amazing.
It nestled.
You gotta be kidding me.
It nestled right there next to my right nut.
So no one's gonna steal it then. Oh,
what happened to the screen?
Oh, yeah. Did you go on any rides with that thing?
Nope. I went and watched some motorcycle thing.
See, that's theft protection. Nobody's coming there.
Right? Exactly.
Nobody's coming after that gun. That's retention.
I wore the holster that had my dick foam and everything on it. My little dick ramp. You know, the one with Wi-Fi and all that good stuff.
The Wi-Fi and the USB ports, and did it have a cup holder big enough for a 44-ounce big gulp in there too? And
oh yeah,
along with the dick foam.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yes it did.
That is retention like none other. Nobody's taking that fire.
Oh, man.
So Morgan has walked away from the Canic.
Morgan, why did you change your mind on the Canic? We need to know.
Yeah, that's a shame. Have you shot it?
You need to buy it, decide you don't like it, and sell it to me for like half price. That's what I think.
There you go. Or trade her a 45 shield.
I'll trade you a 45 shield for the Canic if you get it.
It's amazing what gun people want to buy used. I'm like, look, most of the firearms I have never been shot or have under 5 rounds through them. Literally.
Right.
Test fire, bang, all right, it works, throw it in the closet, I'm going to get it later, and I'm going to go shoot it. The most fired weapon I got is a Canic. I've put, 1,000 rounds through the thing.
Wow. I helped.
Yeah, you did a little bit.
Did a little bit.
You can donate the next 1,000 rounds.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm trying.
I think what most people are doing is looking for an estate sale type price.
Yeah, they are. They're like
a fire sale.
Oh, yeah, they want to steal it. That's what they want.
I'll give you $200 for it. I'm like, bro, look, come on, man. No
thanks.
It's brand new. Get out of here.
I can get $400 in the black market. Are you kidding me?
Okay, then go do it.
In Twin Falls.
For Pete's sake.
So we had some like late breaking news today.
Shooting in Odessa.
Yeah, you were more up on it than I am. So tell us
threw that at me right there.
I did.
We had
a duck.
We don't know anything yet. Probably people that are listening live know more because we've been sitting in here for about 40 minutes.
What happened?
Had a guy right now saying a white male appears to be in his 30s, pulled over in Midland, Texas, by a DPS officer. He opened fire and took off and started shooting. He was shooting up a storm, which makes me think, okay, first of all, he's got to be a previously convicted felon. Why are you running from a traffic stop? And you shot the DPS officer, took off, was firing at people down the street. Now, this story is still shady where we were getting details. And I don't know how he was shooting, but I saw one truck that had four shots within 2 inches. I'm like, I don't know. He wasn't driving and doing that. So I don't know how it all played out, but he wound up changing vehicles. He shot a postal worker, Is
he shooting a handgun?
That's what I'm thinking it has to be. But there were 21 injured, 5 dead on the last count. So that's doable with a handgun.
Oh, yeah.
But when I saw some of the vehicles hit, good God, he had to have quite a few mags, man. Because, I saw one blue truck that had, 7, 8, 9 rounds into it. If that counts as one hit, he's throwing some rounds out there.
Maybe he had like the Morpheus Glock. That's fully auto.
Don't run out.
Right.
Self-regenerating bullets.
That's right.
Yeah, so, and then he went from Midland to Odessa, which is right beside each other. Kind of blends into each other. And was at a theater, and the police found him and took him out, killed him. Last I heard, a 17-month-old baby. Is somebody giving us... No. Nope. A 17-month-old baby was shot in the face, which, yeah, some ugly stuff.
He was just driving around, just randomly shooting? Or
he got pulled over first, and from the traffic stop, I don't know if he was on his way to do some shooting. I don't know what was going on, but he decided, not today, I'm not going, you're not taking me. And he shot the DPS officer, and from that point on, he had a shooting spree. He just went.
You think he was, we obviously we don't know, maybe he was shooting just to kind of cover, like, you got to take care of these injured people, and I'm going to, who knows?
Oh, my gosh.
I don't think it was too much of a plan. I mean, when he I think he had to be a convicted felon already.
He wasn't going back.
He was looking at life and death. I'm not going, you're not taking me alive kind of thing. This is my guess. And, yeah, he shot that guy, shot a few more vehicles along the way, shot a postal worker, took their little postal truck. Yeah. I'm like,
guy was not in his right mind then.
No. And then he shot up some people. I think he went in the theater, but I'm not sure. I don't know if he went in the theater or not, but he's dead. He's in the...
So has our government come out and said anything about the shooting yet?
Oh, we all sitting here tense and waiting for the hammer to fall because they're going to put there. I tried to tweet the president, and the hashtag shall not be infringed is always there, right?
Yeah.
You put SH and it autofills. You can type the whole thing. They're blocking everything. They're not letting stuff go through.
Really?
Yeah. The hashtags aren't autofilling. It's gone. They're putting maximum pressure on him. He done showed that he's ready to wobble in this. That he wants this, but he don't want to. He wants it, but he don't want the consequences from it. But in his mind, he thinks it's the right thing to do. And he's done, once he wobbles a little bit, just like the Chinese. He wobbled on the tariffs. They came and hit him. Well, he had to come back harder, and looks like they're trying to back up now. But he wobbles on too much stuff, and everybody perceives that just like we do. That's a weakness, all right?
Right.
So they're putting maximum pressure on him. We're going to see what he comes out with. I think there's just
There's something coming.
His willingness to do this and all the pressure they're putting on him, I think something's going past.
Well, the question you want to ask Mr. President is, what was his statement he made? The season, the weather's not right for what?
Not going down the slippery slope of gun
No,
control?
no. He said that
I don't know. It changes every couple of days.
He had tested the waters on gun confiscation.
Oh, an AR ban, yeah.
And
assault weapons.
The weather wasn't right for that or something like that.
There's no political appetite for it.
Yeah, no. So maybe now this is what he needs. Maybe there's political appetite. Maybe they made political appetite for it.
I don't think so, especially with his election coming up. He's probably going to be one of the last few, like I was saying earlier.
Can he hold out?
Republican presidents, huh?
Yeah, nothing. Just
so
I'm just talking.
They've added 1 million voters to Florida. That they passed a law that previously convicted felons can now vote. That adds 1 million voters in a state that goes red or blue depending on 100,000 votes maximum. It's a very tight state. So good chance Florida's gone. Texas is really starting to swing blue. If it's not blue this time, in 4 more years, I think it will be. We're about done.
We're about
done.
We're no longer circling the toilet.
Yeah.
We are on our way down the drain.
Yeah. If we lose Florida and Texas, no Republican. I think that's why a lot of the Republicans are leaning towards
Plus, there's no
the gun control and more liberal policies.
There's no justice anymore. No one's held accountable for anything. I mean, with James Comey, they
it's ridiculous.
Brought out that scathing, the IOG report.
Yeah.
Or the OIG report.
And he's demanding an apology.
Yeah. Oh, you all need to apologize. Well, it says right in there. Plus, You remember the guy that shot Kate Steinle in San Francisco?
Yeah, he's walking.
He's walking too. They have on appeal. They have overturned his murder conviction. He is not accountable for that.
What's crazy? What's even worse? And he had a great defense. Who is paying this guy's attorneys? Because he beat the murder charge on. He said that his attorneys argued that he picked up a shirt that had a gun in it that he didn't know, and it went off. So he beat that. The feds came back in and said, "No, you not walking. Felony, a previously convicted felon with a firearm." So they put him in jail for that. They got him off on appeal. Who's paying these attorneys? I know he's got public defenders, but he also has another law firm. I can't recall their name.
Well, he's an illegal alien.
Yeah.
So of course he's more virtuous than anyone who's native born here.
He's more American than
That's right.
what Joe Biden
That's
said.
Joe Biden said. Jackass.
So
my gosh.
they said interesting defense on that. They appealed it, saying that the judge didn't tell them. He gave them the options of convicted felon with a firearm, gave them the different charges, but he didn't give them an option of being not guilty because he wasn't in possession of it long. He just picked it up and it went off. I'm like, dude, it don't matter. You're not supposed to be around. But anyway, that's California, man. We're gone. Well, we're not gone yet. Keep up the fight, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, serious. This Comey thing just chaps my ass even more. I mean, Bill Barr is supposed to be a bulldog in there.
He's a red flag man.
Oh my gosh! And between that and all the shenanigans with Hillary Clinton, I mean, just they're blatantly flouting.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
Flouting the law. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Everything that we hoped would get turned around, we can realize now it's not going to get turned around.
Nothing. There's no justice. No, if you're a high up, if you're in leadership, what do you have to obey the law for?
If you belong to the right group thing.
Right? Or, if you're an illegal alien, what do you have to obey the law for?
I tell you what, if illegal aliens voted mostly Republican,
they would shut down that border faster and you could spit. Yeah. 500-foot wall. 500 feet tall. Not long. Tall.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yes.
Oh,
for shit's sake.
Anyway.
In depth, as always.
To the sewers. That's where we are. We're slogging through the sewers.
I'm not feeling good, man. I'm not
feeling good either.
Not real.
No.
I'm gonna keep up the fight, but it's not looking promising. Once people start losing faith in their, I mean, what do we get? We got a tax cut. That's not what I signed up for, man. I signed up to drain the swamp, build the wall, protect the Second Amendment.
Well, it's coming at us from all directions. For example, there's a story that kind of hits kind of close to home for me and Mr. Dean over there. It says Mormon leaders explicitly ban guns from houses of worship. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has placed an explicit ban on bringing guns to church by adjusting a policy to say firearms are prohibited for anyone except police officers. Would have confirmed a change to the church policy handbook, which previously stated that it was inappropriate to have firearms in meeting houses. So now they're saying they prohibit them.
You got to stop them Mormons, man. They're out there setting people on fire, drowning them in cages and cutting off heads.
Seriously.
That's Mormons, right?
I tell you,
us.
even though, we Mormons, we just kind of keep to ourselves. We send out our missionaries. We spread the word of what we believe to be true. But I tell you, I served a Mormon mission in San Diego. And there was more hate and vitriol coming from people that hated us.
In San Francisco?
In San Diego.
Oh.
Man, and even I see it here, too. There's one church here in town that absolutely hates Mormons. And to the point of, throwing stuff. You won't get a... Serious, I had eggs thrown at me.
Maybe that's why they wanted to disarm it.
I guess, right? Oh, it's just... I hate how people...
Wait a minute, this guy threw an egg at you?
Oh, yeah, little kids. They threw eggs at us. We were riding our little bikes down the street. There were bicycle helmets or backpacks on. I know, right? Anyway.
What is it? What does the handbook say?
Handbook, right here, it says, with the exception of current law enforcement officers, the carrying of lethal weapons on church property, concealed or otherwise, is prohibited.
So that's knives, that's pins, that's whatever.
that's
Anything can be
lethal.
used as a lethal weapon.
Right.
So here's what gets me.
What's the consequences if you do?
The consequences are that if they find out that you get it, have one with you, they're going to ask you to leave. So
Well,
I mean,
they're going to ask you to please remove the offending lethal weapon.
which kills me. I carry to church all the time when I go, and I carry concealed, and nobody knows it. What irritates me lately, and Dean might cringe when I go down this path. I don't know.
It's all good.
What irritates me is the current church leadership is acting more and more like our federal government. And I really think that the current church leadership leans hard left. They lean a hard left.
I don't know about hard left,
I don't
but
know.
they are leaning.
They're
left.
leaning.
Coming from a libertarian, yes, I can see you saying hard left.
They're leaning
See
a
that.
hard left.
But they're leaning
But
left.
Here's the thing. Church, higher ups, they walk around with a freaking trained security team. They walk around with trained security all the time.
Well,
and
they need protection, man. They're important.
They do. That's kind of like the federal government.
not important.
They want to take but they don't allow the people in their congregations, the people in their ward buildings who are out here with absolutely nothing, to be able to defend themselves. And I think it was just last year alone. I think it was last year or the year before. I think it was in Nevada or somewhere. Some guy walked into a church building, walked into the chapel during a meeting, sat down, pulled out a freaking handgun, shot a couple people, and got up and left. I mean,
the guy walks in, sits down, listens for a little bit.
yeah.
Then he gets up and he had a beef with someone in the congregation.
Pulled out a gun and shot him.
Pulled out a gun and just shot him right there, and then walked out.
So here we are. So they leave us out there. We can't protect ourselves, and they're taking money, church money in Utah, and they're building a multi-million-dollar training facility for the security guards that protect the higher ups.
The church security office, the office of church security, building there's
an office of church security.
There is.
Our
There's a
church
department
is
of church security.
Yeah,
A department of church security.
Department. Oh yeah, they got
Jeez.
their own floor in the church office building out there in off Temple Square. But anyway, the Salt Lake Tribune reported on this in April.
Yeah,
In
we
April.
talked about it here too.
Because
I was
someone
pissed.
got a hold of the blueprints for this
Right.
proposed facility and leaked them. So the Salt Lake Tribune wrote up this big story and asked for comments on it. It says that let's see, church security officers, they offer a traditional support role for police, fire, and other emergency personnel. They would continue to be trained and certified, quote, in many facets of security and emergency response, including medical care, verbal communication skills. Stop, get down.
That's right.
Right.
Don't
Explosives detection, firearms proficiency, and light touch approaches to de-escalate situations. Firearms proficiency. It says in this article that this facility that they were proposing to build, they're down there to train their security,
Right.
would have 2 firing ranges, one for 35 yards, one of 100 yards. And they're going to train pistol and rifle.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
So it's getting extensive, and you know what? This is okay for the elite, but not the little people. And frankly, I want to throw out there and say that if it wasn't for the people in the wards, the congregation, there would be no church.
Morgan
Because
says, "Stop the tithing."
who do you think is funding all this? Who's funding all this? Funneling money that direction, and they're going to tell me I can't carry a gun at church? Well, I tell them this: I'm going to show up. I'm going to have my freaking gun, and they all know I carry, right? Everyone knows. You can't see it, but they know. You come up to me, you ask to freaking pat me down. I challenge you. You tell me to freaking leave. You tell me to leave, and I'll leave and go find somewhere else to go to church. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. It's absurd. And I mean, we talked about it on the radio show. And we had people calling up that were like, "Are you kidding me?" I mean, you heard the calls.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard the podcast afterwards.
I mean,
yeah.
just makes me so freaking mad.
Right.
And think about our churches. You know how our churches are set up, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they put a target on us. By the way, we're the church that have no guns. They put a freaking bullseye on us.
This is what pisses me off more than anything. If you could see me right now, I'm clenching my fists.
They can see you.
Shit on a stick. What the worst thing about this is
They've announced it.
they've announced it now. Now, not the church didn't announce it. They just made the change. The media has now taken this, and anti-Mormons and people that hate the church, and ran with it and splattered it everywhere.
Right.
So
Everyone's disarmed.
Everyone is disarmed in the Mormon church now. So,
and our buildings really, I mean, as far as being defensive, our buildings suck.
they are
Because during the main meeting, everyone's in the center of the building,
right.
and there's usually, depending on the church, there's a door on each end.
There's
On each end of the church,
on each side,
they
there's at
come
least,
in, and depending on if the overflow is opened, there's like 4 doors coming into the main chapel.
Let me guess, you got those big heavy metal doors that kick out on the side.
They're big and heavy, that's for sure.
They're easy to block.
And
you
every
ain't
one of
gonna
those,
get out of it.
every one of those has a wedge to keep it open.
You stick that wedge and you
Put
can't
that
get
on
out.
the other side, you cannot get out.
Right.
That essentially locks that door, and no matter, even if you shoot out the handle, you ain't getting out that.
So I've had times when I've been at church, and I've had people that know they've come in and taken my class from me. They come up, bishops, whatever. They've come up and they've said, "Hey, I feel really good when I see you at church. I feel more comfortable knowing that someone's here." And this guy was telling me stories that in our local area here, that there's been times where the bishop has been at church with the clerk. Someone comes in to talk to the bishop. They go into the office, lock the door, and beat the living tar out of the bishop.
Right? Oh.
And then nobody can get in there. And they're disarming us, right?
Right.
Churches are churches are open. People come in off the streets, come in, they get help to whatever. You see all kinds of people there.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're bringing in.
No. And I used to.
This is the biggest.
I used to be
I'm
part
pissed.
of the.
You're laughing.
I'm just
Right?
picturing this guy wailing on.
Well, the bishop can't do anything because he's in a room and it's usually soundproofed. So because you don't want that private stuff to be leaking out. So yeah, he's getting his crap beat out of him.
This is just asinine.
It is
Complete asinine. What makes them think that they're better than us, Dean?
I got a theory on it.
What's your theory?
It's coming from Washington.
It may. I don't know.
The country's shifting left. The people aren't, but
leadership is
the leadership, and we got enough voters that it don't matter. You got wild stuff taking place. The votes are still pretty decently close. If we start losing stuff, I think old Romney's trying to get a little cover from the church, saying, "Look, we're going to have to
You think
push
Romney's
this."
got the ear of people in the higher ups there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. He's a senator from Utah.
Oh, for
that's a
Pete's sake.
big voting block.
Here's what this says in the article. It says many conservative gun rights activists in the church saw themselves as not subject to the church's earlier guidance. So the church had to develop stronger language, according to Taylor Patriot, chair of the religion department at Kalamazoo College and an expert on Mormonism.
Oh, of course. He's not. He has nothing to do with it. He's an outsider that just studied. Yeah,
here's the thing.
whatever.
Our religion, we hold up the Constitution.
That's
right?
what I was
Absolutely.
going to say. I was counting
Yeah.
on you guys, man. I was kind of counting on you there.
We hold up the Constitution, right? And so now
Absolutely.
you're going to pull the Second Amendment out from under us when we're at church, when we go to worship God?
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I can worship God at my house, and I can carry a gun there.
For now.
Shoot. For now.
Well,
For now.
yeah, I mean,
Well, I
the persecution that our people go to our church and history have gone through,
they never fought back.
and
Never.
I sat down the other day. This is before this happened. I have a. You see my cap and ball revolver, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a cap. No, I got a story here.
Okay.
There's a person in our church history, by the name of Porter Rockwell. He was a bodyguard to one of the he got away with all kinds of
He's
stuff.
a personal bodyguard of Joseph Smith.
And he packed around 2 cap and ball revolvers, and he actually cut the barrels off to make him easily concealed.
Right.
Kind of
this is 1830s, 1840s.
Yeah.
I think he was late 1830s, early 1840s.
And he's like a historical, like a hero of mine. I mean, this book's on him. I've read. He's great. So my 5-year-old son, his middle name is Porter. So Trig Porter Eccles. And I bought this gun, and I want to eventually find an old one and cut the barrel off and put it on there and put it like in a display case. It's just, I was telling my son that the other, my 5-year-old, I showed it to him and explained where his middle name came from the other day. And then this came out 3 days later. Freaking days later.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So let's get back to what do? You show up. Someone now. I think
Pissed
it's
off.
silly to do an open carry in church anyway.
I've never seen anyone do an open carry.
I've never ever seen anyone open carry.
I've never heard of an accident with
right?
a firearm.
You never
in
hear
church.
accidental discharge.
Never.
Or anything. The
I've
only
heard of people getting shot because some madman came in. Go, I'm sorry.
Oh
I keep
yeah,
interrupting.
but never someone in their right mind who's being responsible carrier. The hell, you don't even know who it is who's carrying responsibly, and that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
That the responsible way to conceal carry is no one knows you're doing it.
I'm gonna walk in and say, "Pat me down."
Right? And the way I carry, no one will ever find it.
Right.
No one will ever find it, even though I carry. No one. I'm sure no one there knows
I don't
it.
think anybody's gonna find Todd's either.
Right? No one wants to find dogs. Hey, you got 2 guns here. Oh shoot! Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. What was I going to say?
Sorry.
So
for Pete's sake,
you're not
Nobody's
gonna know.
gonna find
Concealed
your gun,
means
you're
concealed. No one's gonna find it.
And I had a point.
There's
before
no
that,
accidents.
dude.
There's no accidental discharges. There's go with it. Find your point.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Trying to bring you back. Okay.
You started thinking about my dick phone.
Porter. It was about our buddy Porter.
Porter Rockwell
Porter
and
Rockwell.
concealed carry, and that dude is freaking cool, and he wouldn't put up with this shit.
He wouldn't. He
He
wouldn't.
wouldn't put up with this shit.
He wouldn't. Oh my gosh. Oh, even. Well, it's a.
Nobody from 100, 200 years ago would have put up with this, man.
No.
You know what? They overthrew the British, the king, over less than what we put up with today.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
was willing to put their life on the line. Now we're just sitting here taking it.
Do you know
Oh,
that
I remember.
Go
Oh,
for it.
My
We
gosh,
wanna-
I'm sorry.
well, no, won't
and
interrupt.
this is kind of like a different aspect, but it's not doctrine that is changing.
Right.
The absolute truth is not changing. The truth of Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's just policy that's changed. So we still believe that these.
It's
these
opinion.
men are,
It's opinion.
It is opinion. That's all it is. It's opinion.
And we've had bad
it
things.
is not doctrine that is changing.
And that's crazy because unfortunately what's going to
Just
happen
with the flow right now.
is it's happened in the past where people make an opinion or they write an article or they write a book, and that is taken for many, many years as church doctrine.
Yeah,
this
unfortunately,
this
yeah.
comes down the pipe. This no guns thing comes down the pipe, and I guarantee you, there's going to be at least half the people are going to take that as church doctrine. I guarantee it, and that's a sad thing. And I honestly believe the church knows that, and I think that's why they move forward with it.
I can't even speculate
I'll
as to what they're
speculate
thinking.
all freaking
I
day.
have no idea. I can't even.
They
say
don't say nothing this big. that
in
easy.
Texas, they just passed some laws that said it's legal to carry in churches.
Yeah.
So specifically, they're drafting a letter for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to read in sacrament meetings, in their worship meetings
and
down
they're
there.
supposed to pull the people aside if they're carrying
Right,
and
if
read
it-
them the letter.
Yeah, Texas is totally safe right now.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
If someone comes up and they're carrying, you're supposed to ask them to please remove the offending article.
Jeez. No
And
way.
That's it.
I'll tell you what.
Oh my
I'm going to
gosh.
go gather up my wife and kids, and we'll leave, and they will never have to ask me to remove the article again.
Right? Oh,
I'll
serious.
pull it out in sacrament and say, "Do you want to keep it in your office?" I'm kidding.
Oh, you
just
would
have-
not. No one's going to touch it where you keep it. I honestly, though, think around here, it's going to be an uproar. But I don't think it's going to stop anyone from
I don't think it will.
protecting themselves.
I don't think it will either, and that's, I guess,
Matter of fact, if you're not carrying, I would
Yeah.
start carrying now.
my big
Because
concern.
now you're
right?
a target.
Yeah.
You're a target.
Well,
It is, with the way this has been plastered across the media.
My big concern is just how this came down and that they actually are making this decision. I mean, it makes me disappointed. We live in an area right here where I've had them here. They go all over the place, but there's churches here that have dedicated security teams, and they get together, and the church pays for it. And we're not talking like security. We're talking people who want to carry and want to be
Right.
part of this in the congregation. They get together.
So they're not hired; they're volunteers.
They're volunteers.
Yeah.
And they encourage that sort of thing, and they prepare for that. And then here's us. Leave your guns at home. God will save you if you're at church. Well,
Oh well,
You- but-
then
but you
why
know
do we
what?
have
It's-
security at the?
that's good enough
at
for the
conference
that's good
center
enough-
or on Temple Square.
yeah, that's good enough for them as well.
yeah.
It's just elitist attitude. And then, but law enforcement can carry at church. Have
Yeah.
you seen a lot of those guys shoot?
Right.
Son of a gun. I'm not saying everyone. There's a good portion of them that aren't shooters. I mean, there's some that are, and I'm not talking bad about everyone, but some of them do not. Right? I mean, what makes them better than me?
What about military personnel? Active military personnel? They get all kinds of training on this.
Maybe I pay more tithing than that law enforcement officer.
Well, maybe.
Too bad I can't protect myself. I'm going to take a bullet. No more. Never mind.
Right. Oh, man.
Sorry.
So,
when we did this on the radio show.
Yeah.
And the phones lit up, and I've been getting messages and text messages and Facebook messages for the last 2 days from people I've never even met before that are like, I really like what you guys said on the radio show. That was a freaking good show. Keep it up, and we support you, and I agree, and I go to church too, and just phenomenal. This really touched people around
This
here.
is going to touch a nerve.
Yeah.
When are they supposed to read this out? When is this supposed to take effect?
It's
already, if it's in the book, it's already in effect.
It's in effect now.
Next service,
I think-
everybody should show up armed and let them send everybody home.
Right?
What do you
So
got?
initially
Open carry.
they're gonna send this letter to Texas just because of the legislation that just passed in Texas.
Right.
So I should go
But
tomorrow.
then later on they're gonna have it throughout North America where it's gonna be read.
I should go, and then like tomorrow, and then if they read the letter, I'm just going to get up and walk out.
I was thinking the exact same thing. If
I'm
they read
serious.
the letter, just get
If
up.
we
and
know
walk.
they're
This
reading the
is-
letter, I'll make sure I'm there that day, and I'll just get up and leave. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
I was coming back. I'm sorry.
I
Got to
don't
go
You
home
have
now.
cartels cutting off. They just had a guy. They strapped a bomb to him and blew him up.
right.
They're cutting off people's heads. They attacked a fort, a cartel right across the border in Mexico, close to Texas. You got that kind of violence spilling over, and they want to disarm the people in Texas.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
I tell you what pissed me off more than anything was then reading the original story in the Salt Lake Tribune, and then reading the comments. Ooh, it fired me up.
No, man!
Oh,
Don't tell
my-
me people were for it.
All kinds. Yes,
Oh,
The
God.
people
in
that
the
go
church.
in the church.
we're for it. Like, I'm not going to go to church with someone who's carrying a handgun.
And frankly,
You already have been.
Well, they have no idea.
I want to tell you this right now, and I'm not trying to get religious. You can't be an honest to goodness Mormon. You cannot be an honest to goodness Latter-day Saint and attend church and believe in it and be a freaking liberal. You just can't do
can't.
it.
No.
You can't do it.
No.
It's what we believe. It's not possible.
I'm gonna leave it.
It's
I don't know what kind of church you go to, but if you out there celebrating abortions and stuff, and come on, man, you just can't start. No,
right.
that kind of goes for everything. I told you I'd leave that alone. I'm gonna try and leave that alone.
Okay.
I'm about to hit everybody. It's like, you can't really be a Christian, man. Don't even say it. All right, I'm gonna say it. You can't even be a Christian. You can't go to no kind of church.
The thing that pissed me off is how ignorant these people were that were for this in the LDS church that think that just having a gun there, it's going to leap out of your pocket and start shooting people.
Yeah.
So when I don't have training on how to clear a building or clear a room. I don't have training on how to run someone down and put them down and cuff them.
I can clear a room.
Well, when you
Never mind.
right, when you eat Casa Bonita, you can clear a room. That's for sure. No, but when I carry at church, I'm not there to protect the congregation. I don't have that kind of training.
I want to protect
am there
myself
to
and my
protect
family.
myself and my family, and that's it. If I'm in the other side of the church and I got my family with me, shots fired on the other side of the church, I'm getting me and my family the hell out. I am not going to run towards the danger. I'm not trained for that.
Right.
What do you carry in there?
I carry at church a
Come on.
Model 29 Smith & Wesson 44 mag.
Yes. You can shoot through those pews, dude.
It will. And it is I tell you, that thing is a son of
That's
a bitch.
a
It is
heavy
so
gun,
heavy.
too. Yeah.
It is heavy. And the way I carry, though, you'll never find it. You'll never find it because it ain't going to pull down my britches. But yeah, that's what I carry because I can.
Let me tell you something. A couple rounds of that, you'll clear the room.
Absolutely. That is so loud and it hits so hard.
Oh, it's a monster.
It is a monster.
It's a beautiful monster.
But
I
anyhow,
have to load it down in order to actually
A
shoot it
29 what?
proficiently.
You got a dash on it?
No, well, I don't know what the dash is, but it's still got the firing pin on the hammer.
Yeah, I got that. I got a
it on the
29-3.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's gorgeous. The
Beautiful.
bluing on it is,
I had to have mine redone.
Beautiful.
It's nice.
sounds like a great church gun.
man, it's a fantastic.
Praise the Lord.
It is fantastic.
As Morgan says, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
That's right. Oh, man. So, yeah.
that's my big gripe. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
oh my, that just
Yeah.
I was infuriated when I saw the article. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Two things
So
infuriating.
docile.
That first off, that it's been splattered across the pages of
Right.
all of media now. So we're now targets. The
That's
target
what
has
I'm
been
waiting
painted
on.
Oh, yeah.
because of the
I'm waiting on an
media.
actual shooting to take place.
The ignorance of the people in the church saying how stupid it is to have a firearm there, but they don't realize I'm not there to protect the congregation. I'm there for me. I'm looking out for me and my kids and my wife.
You don't even know if someone's packing a firearm if they're doing it right.
I have no idea.
Don't know.
You don't know. And if anyone is not packing right,
I'll tell them.
You can pick them out. Yeah, you tell them you're endangering the whole congregation.
I'll go up to the bishop and say he needs to leave. He's a danger.
He's got a lethal weapon. Get him out.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those points right there.
Well, you know what everybody's waiting on? There's somebody to go in there and do a mass shooting.
Right. And then
When
turn
that
around and
Right.
Is anybody going to take responsibility for that?
yeah,
Someone called our radio station. He goes, well, you think the church, it's probably for liability reasons. I'm like, well, they're going to get sued if someone walks in there and shoots the place up after they've just disarmed everybody.
You're not responsible for what I do on my. That is my constitutional right. You're
Right.
not responsible for that. You didn't give me any training. You didn't give me permission. You just didn't violate my constitutional rights by stopping me. Now you are.
Self-defense, Second Amendment. It's like it's God. We have the right to self-defense. We're humans.
Used to.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So, anyhow, we spoke in there that law enforcement was allowed to carry, right?
Yeah.
That may not be a good idea.
Right? Yeah.
A man was training to get a gun permit. The instructor accidentally shot him.
The instructor shot him?
The instructor shot him.
Where's this at?
He had it coming.
In Riverside, California.
Riverside.
Riverside.
Valley.
A man was at a firearms training class to get his concealed weapons permit, and he was accidentally shot by a Riverside County Sheriff's Department trainer. The dude was a Sheriff's Department trainer. He was the man who trains people.
And he shot him.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
It says on August 10th, the man identified only as a civilian was participating in a course at the Ben Clark Training Center's gun range in Riverside.
Here comes my favorite part.
According to a department news release issued in response to questions from the Desert Sun gun range staff, the gun range staff inspects students' firearms during the course, and students are instructed to unload their guns. So let me back this off here.
Wait. Students unload their guns.
And then they get inspected, right? So if someone hands you a gun, if there's a gun sitting on the table, and I saw you do it when you came in, even if you know it's unloaded, what are you supposed to do?
Check it.
Check it. Yeah.
Check it, right? Check it. Treat every firearm like it was
it's
loaded.
loaded, yeah.
Point in a safe direction. Keep
And
your
don't
finger
point
up
it
the
at
tree.
Todd.
Okay, that's
This
right.
guy checked it, though.
During the inspection, the range staff member, a civilian instructor the department did not identify, administered a trigger pull test.
What trigger
And
pull? What
shot-
the hell is that?
That's my favorite part.
And shot the student in the leg.
Let's see if it's
So
loaded.
you picked a trainer.
A trigger pull
A trainer is going to trust, even though he's instructed these newbies to firearms to clear their weapons, because we're going to come through and instruct them. A trainer trusts that they actually cleared the weapons properly, right? This is a training class. The dude picked up the gun without clearing it himself and pulled the damn trigger. And
While he still pointed at the person.
While he was still pointing at the freaking person.
Does that? It really says trigger pull test?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Is
Trigger-
it in quotes or anything?
The old trigger pull test.
Yes, it is in quotes.
It's in quotes.
The trigger pull test.
So that jackass. Oh my gosh. He told him that's a real thing. Then the trigger pull
It's
test.
the trigger pull test. We aim it. We pull the trigger. That's how we see if it's
Oh
unloaded.
my gosh.
Really? You don't drop the magazine and rack the slide a few times to unchamber any live rounds?
It's California. You'll
Oh
probably get
my
away with it.
gosh. Trigger. No, I heard the trigger pull test is more effective if you're looking down the barrel when you do it.
Yeah.
Way more effective.
Well,
yeah.
if you see it coming, you just get out of the way.
Oh yeah, for shit's sake.
The trigger pull test.
Anyone
man in the
who
leg.
practices a trigger pull test needs to have the look down the barrel.
Did you
action.
see that guy?
Thin the herd a little.
Did you see the video? You probably didn't. But
What's that?
You did. And it wasn't local, but it was, where was it at? Can't remember where it was at, but it was a guy in California, or not California, but a guy was in Walmart and he was carrying, and the manager saw him and called the police on him. Did you see that?
I'm not. I don't think so. Maybe.
The guy, anyhow, the cops come and they take his gun, and because
Was it open carry?
yeah, I think he was kind of open carrying to a certain extent. I mean, I don't think the guy was bad or anything.
People beat up on open carry, but there is. I see a legitimate societal purpose in that. We got to stop.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people concealed carrying in church, and nobody knows it. And they're like, we don't need guns in church. You got a whole lot of guns in church.
Yeah.
I know. But if you start.
If people see it more.
It's dangerous because people are going to call on you more, and then everybody's going to think you're a hothead cowboy out there showing off your gun. But there's a legitimate reason. I think we need to start doing more open carry and say, look.
Well, if you're around it more, it's not scary. You realize it's not going to jump out of the holster and start whacking people.
No, I mostly look at people like they're clowns.
Well, this guy,
they're all geared up. I'm like, where are you going, man?
This guy was in Walmart, and the law enforcement showed up, and they took his gun. Okay, and they're chatting with him, and they said, okay, well, we can give you your firearm back. You know what I'm saying? So the
Took
guy
the bullets.
So he gave him the firearm. The dude was going to reholster. So he had never had a round chamber from what I could see. He took the magazine out, racked the slide a few times, and he held the gun out in front of the law enforcement officer, aimed it to the floor, and pulled the trigger. Nothing happened. It went click. Why the hell would you do that?
Well, he must have went
There's
to
a trigger
Riverside.
pull
He was trained by Riverside. Yeah.
Why would you do that? It's a semi-auto. Why do you need to pull the freaking trigger?
Why do you point it at the floor? Yeah, trigger pull test. You're supposed to point it at your head when you do that.
Put the magazine in and reholster the damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I'm like, well, holy crap.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know. Maybe it was a special gun. That
Sounds like it was a special guy carrying it.
It was a yeet cannon.
Oh, boy. When I was growing up, my pop was big firearms. He was a hobby gunsmith, so he would build rifles, and we always had them laying around the house. And we never thought it was strange. We never thought they were bad. We're just like, oh, here, there it is. It wasn't a mystery. It wasn't something special or magical. Oh, yeah. Look down the barrel and pull the trigger every time. No, and he taught us to respect them, but. Oh my gosh, you're right. If you don't see it, if you're not around it every day,
I think we need to do more of that. I would probably conceal carry. I'd put my open carry on my weak side and conceal on my strong side.
Right. There you go.
And have the open carry unloaded.
With my kids, I've done kind of the same thing where they all my kids know we've got firearms. Every single one of them knows the rules.
Right.
And if they want to handle, touch, they're more than welcome to. They got to have an adult present, and they've got to prove to me that they're going to be safe with it. But we go through the rules, and every one of my kids knows how to handle a firearm, be it a pistol or a rifle.
All right.
And I don't worry about them being stupid with it because I pound their little asses when they're not, when they do anything wrong. I mean, I overreact to the point where they're scared and they know, okay, this is serious.
Yeah.
Respect it.
You don't get many mistakes with those.
Yeah,
but you gotta watch kids too, because not only do they can play with guns and get in trouble, but depending on where they live,
which one are you looking for?
They can make finger guns and get in trouble too.
Oh my gosh!
This was a grown ass man in Pennsylvania.
Grown ass
man.
He had a grown ass.
He was he was walking home. I saw did you watch the video on this?
I did not watch the video.
Okay,
well, I saw a picture. He's like,
yeah. So he
do it again.
He did the finger.
Oh,
but he had
I thought you were doing like a disco pull.
No. So him and his neighbor got into a little bit of a confrontation. Just I don't know, a couple of words back and forth. Nothing real. So his neighbor flips him off, and he throws up his hand in a pistol motion and twitches it at him, and he said it was like right back at you, buddy. Not meaning anything by it.
Someone get their feelings hurt.
So some nosy old neighbor called the police. Some third party.
A third party. Yeah. Not even the guy that he pointed his finger at.
No, called the cops and said, I was scared and this man's dangerous.
He frightened me.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Be glad it ain't here yet.
Goodness. Where's the date line on this? Where's it at?
It's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
The formats here is kind of strange. A 64-year-old man, Stephen Kitchener, of Manor Township. Yeah, so the judge rules that his finger gun is a gesture is a crime, that it was a threat.
The judge?
The judge ruled.
So it wasn't even a jury. It was a judge.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand it was pretty much nothing. I mean, he got a $100 fine and court costs. Not too much. But a judge ruled that is constituted as a threat. And I can understand how it could be if you pulling the old...
I'll give you a finger gesture.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood on him. You pulling this bad boy.
Right. Well, like in a Gran Torino?
Yeah, in Gran Torino.
Yeah, where he's trying to get shot. Yeah, okay.
But come on, man. Let's just stop.
Yeah, serious.
Well, it's a little more serious if you hook a rubber band on it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how much
Definitely.
longer before
You load that finger gun.
Yeah.
How much longer before they start, what if this guy went back out and neighbors got into it or something and he shot somebody?
We think...
Well, that finger symbol, you should have put him in jail for. You was too weak on crime.
We talk about this and we think this is funny, man. The kids were getting in trouble.
It's scary as
It
shit.
is, but the kids are getting in trouble for chewing Pop-Tarts into the shape of guns. Are you freaking kidding me?
Schools are getting
It ain't a
in trouble.
gun. It's the shape of Idaho.
I don't even think you can do this in a school setting anymore.
It's just ridiculous.
We got a Colorado school district. A charter school is getting in trouble. They're not underneath the school board because it's a charter school. If my understanding is right, I read this a week ago or something. Anyway, the school district is threatening the charter school because they have armed security.
What?
Armed, trained security. The school board is going after them, and they're going after the charter school because school district pound sand, right? We're a charter school.
Yeah.
That's for public schools. Anyway, they're trying to go after the charter school and have them removed. They're trying to have them shut down as a charter school, have their license revoked from the state, not under they're licensed by the state, not by the what do you just said, city council. So they're trying to have their license canceled because they have armed security. This is in Colorado.
Oh,
Where was that last?
It's rather difficult to read these formats.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I just
trying
need
to
to do
say-
a screen capture of the page, I guess.
Do something. Well, did you hear? Did you hear? I think it was it down in. Is it Lakeland? That was where one of the shootings was at. Lakeland, Colorado.
I don't know. There's a lot of shootings lately.
Okay. Anyhow, one of the students that went to the school, I think it was Lakeland, posted a picture. He posted a picture like on Facebook or like Instagram. Okay, him and his dad and his family members were getting ready to go out for the weekend camping, and they were going to do some shooting. And the guns were in freaking gun cases. And he took a picture of them and he posted out and he said, whatever slang kids use, we're fixing to go out and shoot it up, But he wasn't being a threat. He was putting just a post. We're going camping. We're going to shoot. Another student saw that. Wasn't even at school. A kid he went to school with.
You rat.
Saw that.
Snitches get stitches.
Turned him in. Turned him in. The police came, figured out what was going on. It wasn't that. The school still expelled him.
Oh my gosh, that similar story happened this week. A kid went out shooting with his mom. Did you hear about this?
I heard that one. Just about to bring that
The
one.
mom was just trying to bond with her son over firearms.
Went to a firing range.
Yeah, to a range, not even anywhere near school. So posted on Facebook, post some pictures like, "Hey, look what I did." She gets a call the next day saying your son can't come to school.
Little terrorist.
So let me throw this out there. So if you look at you look at it and you go for the low hanging fruit. Everyone wants to take away the guns. There's these school shootings and all this stuff's happening, and they want to take care of guns and take away guns. And we're focused on that. We're focused on that legislation. When really maybe all they want is they're training people to think firearms are bad. You start doing this kind of stuff, and you start taking little bites here and little bites over there and little bites from here, and pretty soon, guess what? Guns are bad. Everyone hates guns. They've got all the guns. They don't have to come in and collect them. They don't have to come in and do this other stuff. The public will demand
it because they're ad campaign.
They've trained them. Guns are bad.
We just got this
Fabian
mass shooting
socialism there.
Right in time for Congress to start coming back.
And statistically, it's not any more dangerous than it was 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It's actually safer. Crime has been going down.
Yeah,
but the media, in their push to put this up front, is putting it front and center and making it so, just like you said, fighting away, making it so guns are bad.
Well, so we don't see it coming to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what's going on in the background. We're looking at the big picture. They just want a little piece here and a little piece there, and pretty soon they've got a whole machine built.
Yeah.
Well, they're so insane. They're just insane, and they're in this bubble, and that's where Trump's getting it from all sides right now. He's like, everybody, because half the people he's hired are trash bags. I mean, you got John Bolton up in there. Good grief. Come on, man. Yeah, start a war. So, yeah, he's getting it from all angles. He's getting it from the Democrats. He's getting it from Republicans. He's getting it from the media. He's getting it from Fox News. He's getting hit everywhere. Fox News is slick, boy. I see them slipping that in there. Well, he's got to do something or he won't win. He won't get the independence. I'm like, yeah, you ain't going to get your base.
You got any good stories over there, Mr. Dean?
For shit's sake. Nothing good, no.
What do you got? I forget which ones I sent your way.
So here we go. Lancaster, California. Talking about how we can trust our law enforcement with firearms.
Oh, what happened?
Lancaster, California, a Los Angeles Sheriff's Department deputy reported that he was shot by a sniper.
What? I remember that.
I freaking hate it when that happens.
I know, right?
Him and Hillary, man. It's happening all the time.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we had to duck down. He had to duck down, too, running away from the chopper. So he claimed that he was shot in the shoulder, and he called it in. He says, I think I'm hitting the right shoulder. I've taken shots north of the Lancaster helipad.
I don't know yet. I haven't finished cutting the holes in my shirt.
Right? Shit. So it triggered a huge manhunt. It says a massive manhunt and evacuations of an apartment complex next to the...
Was he actually shot in the shoulder?
No, this jackass, after they saw... Yeah, when the investigators came to investigate what happened, they said there was absolutely no injuries to his shoulder. Saw
That's
no visible injuries.
That's lack of
He's
commitment,
not even good at faking it.
And then... after they pushed him on it, he confessed to cutting the holes in his shirt with a knife and that he was never shot. There was no sniper, no shots fired, and no gunshot injury sustained to his shoulder. Completely fabricated, said Captain.
Do you think that when they were evacuating the building and they called out this big manhunt, he's like, oh, shit, what have I done?
Who knows what the hell
Who
is...
cuts...
He's got to be pretty stupid to
going
think
for
that
this
would work
idiot?
in the first
Who just
place.
cuts holes in their shirt, says they've been shot? Who even wants to fake that? Is he bored?
He's only 21.
Don't
Didn't
shop
even
was
shoot
closed?
himself.
He is a 21-year-old shithead.
There was another one just a couple of weeks ago that actually put bullet holes in his car and went and sit down by the railroad tracks. Wouldn't answer. Remember that story?
No, I didn't.
Another cop. Yeah, I'm taking fire. I'm taking shots fired. He shot his own vehicle. Went over and sat by the railroad tracks and wouldn't answer his radio. And they all zoomed in, got there, and they're like, "What's going on?" And he acted out of, like he was confused and out of.
Dude was fishing.
Yeah, he was spaced out, and they're like, it was piss poor acting. I'm like, it didn't. The story got out. The officer was under attack. Shots fired. He's taking on fire, and a couple days later, it's like, yeah, he faked the whole thing.
Oh, my gosh. So, I don't know. I feel the need to put in just this caveat. Most cops are good. Most of the guys out there are really trying hard. They're looking out for us. But oh my gosh, these few bad apple shitheads are really wrecking it.
Well, it's you got some good ones, you got some bad ones, you got some psychos. And that's a small number, but good God, I watched this one guy one time that he was he killed a man, and they were talking about how it was a good shoot, and it was a good shoot. He's a good officer. And they were bragging about him and defending him, and they kept talking, and they said this was his 7th officer-involved shooting in like 2 years. I'm like, sweet Jesus, you got a serial killer on you.
Holy crap! I mean, you've been in law enforcement. How often are they involved in actually discharging a firearm? How often does that happen for an average cop, you think?
Well,
depends on where you're at.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but it depends on where you're at. It depends on what you're doing, and let's be honest. There's a lot of people that if you find some pedo or somebody that keeps getting off, or this guy who just got off for killing Kate Steinle, if they pulled him over and shot him, no questions asked, brother. Keep moving.
But how
good job.
7 times in 2 years, is that excessive?
That is extremely excessive.
Yeah, I would.
Right.
I would
Sweet
think
Jesus,
so.
I don't know how he comes back. I mean, you got to clear him right away because they're off.
Right.
Yeah, because he's off during the investigation. It's like, good God. He was just shooting up people. I'm like,
Shit times. Shit on a stick.
I don't remember the amount of time, but it was a short amount of time, and it was his 7th shooting. I'm like, dude,
Wow.
you're a maniac. It's time to get you off the road.
Go ahead. You got one. You got one more, don't you?
I got one more. This is interesting. That ties into the TAPS Act a little bit.
Oh, you can combine that other one. Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them both together.
Okay, cool.
It's 2 different stories here. One is from now. Part of the TAPS Act will have, and this is going to be part of the red flag too. You can guarantee it. This is just coming. This is coming no matter what passes. This is coming. They're going to. They have I'm trying to look. FastCompany.com. Everybody goes to FastCompany.com. I've never heard of it, but it's some kind of entertainment and tech news site. But everybody linked to it. It was on Drudge, everything. Silicon Valley is building a Chinese-style social credit system. Now,
What the hell does that mean?
you're going to get a score
You're going to find out here real quick.
based on everything you've ever done. All the information they can gather on you. I've had so many people tell me, say, well, I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I'm like, every single web page you go to has Facebook, Google, and Twitter trackers. Go download. It's free add-ons for any web browser you got. It's an add-on called Ghostery, Ghostery. It will block everything.
Say it again. What is it?
Ghostery.
Spell it.
Ghost. I think it's ERY. I just
Sounds right.
messed me up now. Download that. It'll show you every tracker that's on every web page you own. You don't have to be on Facebook or Twitter or anything. They're tracking you already. They have it. They're spread everywhere. So they have a profile of you. Anyway, they're going to use this to give you a credit score, and this will be. Right now, it's not going to be. They're going to start it out. It's not going to be too much. Guarantee you, this is going to turn into whether you can have a firearm or not, or if you're a danger to society, or if you're mentally ill and we need to give you some howl dog, let you shoot around with the howl dog shuffle.
We've talked about them having all these things in place. All the parts of the machine are out there. Now they just got to bring it together and put it together. So
They're talking about it now. But
yeah.
So, and this is what you're talking. A non-governmental agency is putting together this algorithm to give you a score.
Exactly.
Yep.
And judge how dangerous you are. How
Right
I know
now-
the one in China levels how loyal you are to the Communist Party and whether or not you can travel or whatnot.
says this is in place since 2014. The social credit system is a work in progress that could evolve by next year into a single nationwide point system for all the Chinese citizens, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it took them, when they were doing it in China, I can guarantee you, I can't, I'm telling you, just trust me. That was a test market. They're also building it here. And this is for,
So this is like a precog score? Like here, it says.
It is.
Like
It's kinda-
Morgan's quoting up here. It's Minority Report. That's all it is. You're trying to prevent crime, but all you're doing is removing rights.
Yeah, it's a parallel system is developing in the United States, part of Silicon Valley, and technological industry user policies. Just from whenever you sign up for anything, you click those, yes, I accept, you're allowing them to do everything.
Thank you, Dan Crenshaw.
And not and not only that, like I said, if you look at the trackers on your web pages, they're tracking you, man. They're tracking you everywhere. Go get Ghostery, start turning that crap off. And I've had people tell me, well, I don't do that. I can do that too. They in your router, man. These people, they're light years ahead of what they're letting us know. They're in your router. And we got another story here that kind of ties into the same thing. Trump administration is considering using Amazon Echo and Apple Watch to determine if citizens should own a gun.
And Trump
is
and Trump isn't bad. I've only been getting ever since we started talking about this. I've only been receiving nasty freaking hate mail and Facebook crap for the last 3 weeks. The same people over and over and over again. Blind Trump supporters, blind Trump followers. Listen to the freaking headline. Let's read it again.
Trump administration is considering using Amazon Echo. And if they use an Amazon Echo, I promise you all your smart TVs and everything else. And Apple Watch, that means all Apple products. That means
all Apple
phones.
products, yeah.
Any phone, to determine if citizens should own a gun.
Shit, we're running on Apple products.
Everything you got in here is an Apple product.
Oh, we got 30 microphones in this
Oh my
room,
gosh.
30 microphones, 2 computers, 4, 5 iPhones. Go on, I'm sorry.
The Trump administration is considering a proposal that would use Google, Amazon, and Apple to collect data on users who exhibit characteristics of mental illness. Hello. Oh. We're not going to confiscate guns. We're just worried about that mental illness, folks.
It's just mental
illness. We're going
to
spy the hell out of you.
That's the word everyone likes, right? That's what everyone wanted to go after. So you mentioned that and everything's all good.
Yeah. So we're going to just listen to you nonstop. And if you said booger, we're coming after you, buddy. Because that's not approved language. Good grief. I know I got a file that's a mile long.
Booger.
Let's see. The proposal is part of an initiative to create a Health Advanced Research Project Agency, HARPA. I've never heard of freaking HARPA.
Oh.
I mean, DARPA, but this is HARPA. Health Advanced Research Projects. That's freaking medical biowarfare, ain't it? All right, which would be located inside the Health and Human Services Department. The report notes, citing sources inside the administration. The new agency would have a separate budget, and the president would be responsible for appointing its director. Good grief, we got another Homeland Security taking place.
They're looking at everything. I'm going to erase my dick pics. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
Those are, yeah, that's right. You just take pictures of your appendix, Carrie. It's actually considered a dick pic.
I sent this to you, right?
Check it out. There you go, NSA. Check it out.
I sent this to you, right?
Oh my gosh.
Hang on, I'm busy. I think you did.
Where did it come from?
I don't know. I cut that part off. It's not needed. It might be for...
Always quote your sources. You always quote your sources, yeah.
I did. I got it from Tarver.
Tarver's the source.
Well, I'm looking through the text real fast.
I think it was listed as the Cajun Cowboy, but I'm not sure.
Freaking Dan Crenshaw.
Dan the Taps, man.
Boy. He's pushing red flag, too. He's pushing it. They're one and the same. They're either or, potato kind of thing. But he's wanting, he's been a man. You seen the interviews that dude's been doing since then?
And he talked to some dude, and some guy was like, his buddy was like recording him, and then his wife, Dan's wife, tried to grab the camera.
He actually got the phone.
You read that?
And erased it.
Did I send that to you?
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh,
wow.
yeah.
What was it, on cloud storage though?
Well, no, you have to hit erase like twice.
Yeah, you have to hit erase and then confirm it.
And she didn't confirm it, and the guy grabbed it back and went, "Did you not watch that video?"
Yeah.
The guy grabbed it back and going ahead and hit send.
So it's posted. Yeah, it's still posted.
Because
we can see the
and then
video,
he went home and made another video talking about it.
Yeah, man. The Susan Wright Foundation approached the president recently. This is the same story. And proposed the agency include a project called, I love these stupid names. Where do these morons come from? Called Stopping Apparent Fatal Events Safe.
Stopping apparent fatal events.
Yeah, by helping overcome mental extremes. Home, our safe home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is not good, people. Where was that? The report notes, citing two people familiar with the source. President Donald Trump has a close relationship with Bob Wright, who founded the foundation after his wife died of cancer. Wright was a former chair of NBC and occupied a position in the president, hosted The Apprentice. Whoo, HARPA would develop breakthrough technologies. You damn right they will. Here we come. Big brother. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm off this train. I don't think there's no coming back from it. I know he talks a lot and don't do a lot. Brother, you make one you make one move towards anything, man. I don't care if you go. I don't care if you go. You really hadn't. It's been entertaining. I would love to see the Democrats cry again on election night. But let me tell you, man, what the hell's AOC going to come up that's worse than this crap? Let's get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off, man. Let's burn the Constitution.
At least AOC is upfront about what she's going to do. Well, all this shit is like buried. It's backdoor stuff. You don't even hear about it.
The good thing about AOC is she'll have a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
People they will go insane. You know what they're doing right now? Trust the president, trust the plan.
They brought her out. I think they brought her out to everyone could focus on her, and they don't pay attention to what's really happening. And when it starts to get a little hot over here, she comes out with some asinine statement, and it just falls apart.
Her or the rest of the fraud squad,
So, I think you finished up all your news stories, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Most of the institutions closed in the 60s and 70s. Okay.
So anything else?
For the love of Pete. We are beyond circling the drain. We're in the drain.
I don't know where that came from because I don't see the website right now. It's just a printout. Google or DuckDuckGo.
What I can do is
HARPA, H-A-R-P-A.
So what I can do is I'll grab the article and I'll repost it up here on the live feed.
Yeah, do that.
I can do that later on.
The people that ain't watching that though, or don't go to your Facebook, look up HARPA, H-A-R-P-A, and for the people who just listen or don't do Facebook, and check this out because I'm trying to find the link to where I sent this.
Find the Twitter. Find the Twitter. We don't have a Twitter.
What? Oh yeah, what's Twitter?
He twitters.
Oh, you Twitter.
He tweets. He's a tweeter.
Does that mean you really like someone when you're twittered?
I don't know.
That's when you're on Twitter and you tweet.
Yeah, but I'm about.
When I was really little, I used to tweet my pants.
Well, I just got back on it to give a little pushback to.
Yeah, we're giving you crap
over all this crap. So I don't know. As long as he stays in office and don't pass anything, I'll stay on it and keep poking him in the eye. Once he starts making moves and says "hell with me," I'm like, nothing else to say, I guess.
Well, I
will start rallying people.
Well, there you go. I tell you what, if you got any comments or questions for us, you can email me, patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. That's patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. Or you can call me, or you can text me at area code 620-794-6223. That's area code 620-794-6223. Go ahead and share. We'd appreciate it if you share the podcast. If you share it, subscribe to it, like our Facebook page, and don't be afraid to get a hold of me with what you think because, honestly, I've heard everything in the last 3 weeks, and I'm becoming relatively immune to it, so just go ahead and let me have it. I'm expecting a visit from one of our local church officials any day now anyway, so until then, I think we're out. Bye.